Look, it's not the only issue that she's got at the moment, because it appears that Harry and Meghan are trying to undertake a huge public relations turnaround after the Nigeria visit and have hired some industry heavyweights to clean up their image. Who are the new hires, and is the strategy paying off?
Right. Well, this is, I think, actually leads into what we were just talking about with Meghan's product line. It almost seems like she's pulled back a bit and made a bit of a change. And I reckon it's to do with these new PR hires. They hired two big wigs. One of them, Charlie Gibson. It was written up in all the newspapers. He's very well known in the UK. He actually has contacted us here at skynews.com.au. He's reached out before. He sometimes reaches out to us to kind of offer maybe additional information about a story.
Yeah.
So that was quite a surprise. You know, it was unprecedented until quite recently for the Sussexes to sort of have such a direct line with media outlets. Obviously, they have a complicated relationship with the press.
Yeah.
But it seems like Mr. Gibson and this new team are really prioritising turning it around in the media. The Nigeria trip was a great example of that. I think even the naysayers could say that, you know, when you see Meghan and Harry over there in Nigeria on this tour, that it was pretty special. And it's interesting the impact of that trip. You know, I was just reading yesterday in Vanity Fair, which is another quite esteemed publication, one that hasn't always been that positive towards Meghan and Harry. And they had quite a long feature at the moment that's very positive, talking about the Nigeria trip. So whether that's the influence of these PR people or just a general kind of turning of the tides, I think it's paying dividends for Meghan and Harry.
Well, I think the new hires have their work cut out for them when it comes to...
Long way to go yet.
to Meghan and Harry, but look, we'll watch this space. And the Sussexes marked Princess Lilibet's third birthday on Monday. What do we know about the celebrations, and why did the entire royal family snub Lilibet's big day?
Right, so Lilibet turned 3. Time really flies. You know, Meghan was actually pregnant with Lilibet when she did the infamous Oprah Winfrey interview. So that just goes to show, you know, how fast time goes by. But yeah, so Lilibet turned 3. She celebrated, as far as we know, with her family and friends in California. Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, was believed to be there. Unfortunately, it wasn't marked by the royal family. And this isn't personally targeted at Lilibet. This was just a broader change. I think last year it was they decided that, you know, just to alleviate confusion about whose birthday is celebrated, whose isn't, they really don't mark birthdays unless it's a working royal now, which is, I guess, sad in a way. You know, sometimes I wonder with Archie and Lilibet, they don't really know their grandfather, King Charles. They don't have a lot of connection to the UK. But I mean, you know, by all accounts, she had a great day.
Yeah, look, she looks gorgeous, and that is the sad part about it, isn't it? When King Charles is missing out, knowing his grandchildren that live in California now because of the decision that Harry and Meghan made. But look, there's speculation that Harry could be writing another memoir after the global success of Spare. Why do insiders believe that Harry's working on another tell-all? Right,
well, there's always been rumours that, all right, is Harry going to kind of continue the bombshells? Is there going to be another book? And a royal author recently pointed out something very interesting, which is when you do read Spare, that there's these kind of gaps, like especially in the lead up and the coverage of their wedding. He doesn't really mention that in Spare. So there's clearly gaps there. And some people believe that this is really a sign that Harry has sort of kept a few things back for another book. If he does, I mean, I'm sure it'll fly off the shelves. Obviously, Spare broke all-time sales records last year. It moved something like 1.3 million copies in the first 3 days of release. I mean, it was a huge windfall. It netted Harry at least £20 million that we know of, just through the book deal and the early sales. Who knows? Obviously, it was an audio book. It continues to sell thousands of copies. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it was such a windfall for them. And with the Netflix deal coming up for renewal next year, you know, who knows where that's going to go. So it could be a good way for them to sort of secure another big sort of chunk of money.